Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mbadiuni mbali dame mbi wala MFI Enterprises ti yimu bidikilati me yalon ko abe lorin dame wala bako te sate o konoti opposite Mboyo mini stadium. Yimu bidikilati me yalon ko ka wafiro kale domori fonna mel yalon ko wala mi jabolti mayne sol manoli chikinoli kata tuloli. Bidiko de e lafta fenken do la me yalon ko wala mu tulodi akende mana betema ibori sign yefuta MFI Enterprise me yalon ko abe lorin dame olom bako te sate o konoti opposite Mboyo field ni futa daji isi fenkendol soto me anko tulu kendo lamba mani kendo jaba kendo anim pompitero me yalon ko eneneten ni misala mbadion ali bor sang ali futa MFI Enterprise na ali futa daji la doku lal beti mino be diaral fi isi fenkendo wal falma anin tilin konol anin lan len le akon ala baraka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good morning wherever you are watching us live on Kunku TV for another interesting program that is coming to you on every Wednesday. Here with me is our able guest, but before we delve into the topic, I would allow him to introduce himself so that the viewers can know who is sitting right before you. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I am Buba Songo, a former headboy of Sifoe Senior Secondary School. And before I would like to start, I would like to thank Congo TV for this influential program, inviting me on a topic that is close to my heart, that is the pressure of grades and mental health in schools.
MashaAllah. Yeah. Thank you so very much, Buba, for honoring our invitation. We are really grateful for coming all the way from Sifoe to our studio in Farata here. Just like you said, we are going to discuss a very important topic, and that is the pressure of grades and mental health in schools. We all know that the grade issue has become a big problem for many students, but I believe after this program, many would go and rethink and redo things how they wouldn't allow grade to affect them in their school. First of all, Buba, what is the importance of grade to a student?
The importance of grades. Grades are something posed in a schools like a form of school systems, or it's a form of testing students' ability. Because as students are sent to school, the best way to test their ability to know how excel they are doing in school is by examining them. And the exam is what determines their grades.
Exactly. Thank you so very much. That is very important, like you said. It is the exam that determines the fate of a student, in fact. That is, it is the exam that determines whether they will be moving from one grade to another. So what impact would grade have on students?
Grades, talking about grades is something like, it's a way of education system that is imposed to us today. And these grades also, the way they are imposed, it will help organizations or governments to see how best their students in a country is excelling. Because without grades, it will be difficult to know how well the students of a country are doing well. So these grades will show the credits of a student or how best a student is.
Exactly, Buba. But do you think that students can be gauged based on their grades, or their intelligence can actually be gauged based on their intelligence? Or is it okay for us or the government or the institution to test the intelligence of a student based on the grades?
Yeah, that one is a very, very important question that you have posted in me. Like, if it is important for governments to test students through exams. Yeah, to me, it's a very, very important system. Testing students through exams is a number one best. But though other countries are not using the system or the universities, all what they need is transcript, good grades, or the appearance and good character you conducted within your school career. But to me, that's not enough to show how best a student is. Because today, we are living in a kind of life whereby like we have other relationships. people tend to take in institutions. You take your member, somebody that you are related to, even you just put a good conduct there, even if the guy is not good, or you can even end up taking students or people whom you know they are not certain to that level, or they are not that much capable to be seated at a particular level. Like you will just don't a student. The student will be may be able to conduct well, have good character with that transcript, but at the end, how will you know that this student was excelling well or these students can read and write? After you go and position those students in ministers and other things that can lead to a range of failures and difficulties in a country.
Exactly. So, meaning you are trying to say that, like, we actually need to go by the exam to gauge the students instead of just going by the transcript that is going to be presented to us, because people can fake it. But don't you know that the grade also can be fake?
Yeah, faking grades, that one is far more difficult than faking these ones, because the exam system today is well monitored. Particularly our this West African exam, that is the WAEC. Today, the WAEC, to cheat on WAEC is very, very difficult, no matter how low it do happens, but it's uncertain. It's based of those people that are involved there. Like if you are a WAEC examiner, you just need money. You need money. They demand for high money. Then you give it. They say it's secret. I also have a friend like you. I will send it to you and tell you. That's what make it difficult. But even now in exams, all schools have tried to like install cameras in their classes just to ensure that they have, because they have been judged like they are cheating on school. Like a big school is this school. I forget the name. Is in Brigham here.
Yeah.
They normally excel well. Last year, I think they were one of the best schools
Is
in
it
the
Mansakoli?
Masakoli. Their principal is what he had, and he now installed cameras, CCTV cameras in the school, just to ensure that like we do not believe it like they have cheated. Because exams also with that also we have other teachers who are monitoring the work of students. So for you to cheat there, it will be very, very difficult. It will somehow
Yeah,
difficult.
so that is it. That is it. That is another point that you phrase here, actually. But we still seeing that Buba, whereby students will be graded in a way that they do not deserve, and at the end, they will see themselves in a place that they do not deserve. Just like you say, the transcript can be there, but no, nevertheless, we can still continue with the topic that we discussion. Yeah. Next to the next question, that is like, what difficulties those grading issue impose on students?
Grading issue. This one is a overgrowing concern worldwide, including the Gambian schools. Students like have feel intense pressure from parents, teachers, and sometimes even themselves to excel academically. And this pressure can lead to anxiety, burnout, and even depressions. So that one it imposes a much problems in students. We need to dive in and discuss it in perspective like the teachers or the how did the parents impose these difficulties or grading systems in students. Parents send you to school at the end, but they expect something out from you. After they send you, you students also, after you understand this, you have been something is expected from you from your parents. You have been pressured. You are just done there for nothing. Of course, they send you to you also to show them something, and that is your grades. Because after PL, you are not already graduated. All your effort, how your parents can determine or measure your effort is by your grades. So by those grades also, after they are doing best effort also to give you your lunch or your travel fees, is everything, they expect something from your grades. So that's why students are also sometimes pressured, and so that they are not humiliated by their parents, or they do not disappoint their parents. So they try by all means, go by all means to ensure that they got those things. Or because sometimes if they do not get it, they end up coming and the parents insult them like, all what we are doing this and this. So those are the things that they are trying to run away from. So they are being pressurized. Then if you go to the teachers also, sometimes if you fail a teacher's problem, sometimes you have been pressed with the teachers. Sometimes go talk about it between their colleagues. These students is this. Even having a teacher, he will tell you that this time if you fail, call and come and call your name in front of your colleagues, and that is not nice. So you'll be pressured. Next time you will not love to be failed like that. And the society also impose a great pressure on that. Like the society, they just want you. They all the society of where we live in today. All they want is result. They don't know how did you get it. All they want to see is a good result. But results also need effort. You need to help me if you want me to give you out also something good. But you just need see me. Buba is a head boy. Buba is a good result. It's expected from me. But you don't know how did I get it. Don't know if I wake up early in the morning. I tried. Oh, I have sleepless nights every day. But they don't care about it. All what they care is, does he have a good result? And then if you don't have it, he is nothing. He was just he's just bragging. Those are pressures.
So it means you have actually mentioned the pressures from three sides, or I can say the three sides here, from the parents' side, from the teachers, and from the society. And like you said, like it is sometimes very difficult, especially from the society, if you are moving with friends and all those friends perform well, and you happen to malperform. Though obviously, what they will be saying is that so and so wasn't able to do well as a result of this. So as a result of that, that pressure in you, it is going to disturb you in the long run.
Yeah.
So, but do you think it is right for the parents to actually insult or pressurize their children for not performing well?
No, I don't see that thing as a good conduct. What parents would do is parents would recognize the efforts of their children and help them to excel well. Instead of pressurizing them, help them in school and guide them, counsel them on how they will excel well instead of insulting. Instead of them, castigating them will lead to nothing but even failure. They may even end up even like dropping out of school. Like I was having friends during junior grades around my grade fours and other ones. I was having friends whereby if you go to school, those ones were not that much good compared to me. So the parents normally compared it with me. And does bring a much this one. Those ones now they end up dropping out of school because they have been pressured. Every day, even if they go to school, they end up crying because they know, at that time, if you don't, your result is not good. You see a lot of red letters or red words there, and parents are illiterate. So, but anywhere they see red, they know that red is not associated with student.
Red.
Yeah. After they saw those and they know that you are not doing. So after if you come back, they'll be insulting you. Your colleagues is doing this. Why are your colleagues have the same mindset as you have? Why are you doing this? It shouldn't be done like this. Old people, we are not born to have our skills, but we need to try. If they fail, that does not mean they are not. It's just they need to spend more time with their books.
Exactly. Buba, have you ever felt anxiety before or during exam?
Exams, yeah, of course. I do feel exam pressure, anxiety is for everyone, no matter how intelligent you are. Even if you know the questions coming, of course, during the course of writing, you will feel anxiety and depression. Sometimes you will even see the questions before you even start and go deeper. You will even forget some of them instantly just because of the exam pressure. Yes, at the moment, sometimes it do happen. I will not question, but even to spell is, it will be a problem for you.
So hope you will not ask somebody spell it.
Yeah, sometimes you leave it to your friends behind. Spell is for me. Is you will not know what is even how to write it. You will know what is, but to write it will be a very very difficult problem to you because of like what people said about the notion we have about exams.
That's what makes it difficult.
Yeah,
so
that's
meaning
make it difficult. People talk about it more than how it looks like. Like these trials that we are doing, we like our school we have a norm of where anytime you're grade 11, that time you have a trials that will determine whether you'll be in grade 12 or not. So that one is a overwhelming one whereby students have been pressured. If you don't have this, you'll be failed. They require for 3, though it is somehow easy because it's 3 passes. But students also feel a lot of pressure about that. That they some of them even sleep at the school because and then if you don't get it, it's not.
So it means if you don't get it, even your friends can talk about it. I think the friends also play a huge role when it comes to pressurizing the colleagues. Because if you're moving, friends also play a huge role when it comes to pressurizing the colleagues. Why? If I'm moving with Buba, I know Buba is more intelligent than me. So obviously, I will just be there pressurizing myself to know that if Buba leave me behind, what kind of anxiety am I going to go through? So obviously that also is another way. So do you think that the friends also contributed to the stresses of their colleagues?
Of course, friends also have contributed a much like other factors also because I could remember when I was in grade 11, I was seniors grade 12, all what they told us, hey, this is difficult. You don't know, trials is very, very difficult. Based on these subjects, math, economics, and other subjects, saying that this is something that is very, very difficult to cross or pass. So with that, you will even feel like you'll be discouraged, and anywhere you are discouraged, your performance or encouragement will be retarded. Something that may push you or propel you to do that is somehow reduced. You have something minus out of it. So the courage you are having for both, if those ones were like just encouraging instead of discouraging, like read hard. This is not like it's what I'm doing to my colleagues, the grade 11s. They are now asking me how is the trials. I tell them it's nothing. They don't bring about something that you do not learn. You just need to focus on your books and read harder. this is something that is simple. But all the friends are there, all what they say is difficult. Sometimes students even transfer before even the exam. Just because of those pressure, they are afraid that if they go there, they will fail. And after if you fail, your name will be all over the school because after they will paste the paper here, those are the students that pass and those fail, qualify and qualify. So you will not like your name to be listed there, and everybody in the school will see that.
So your name would actually be there, I think. But don't you think that, Buba, that is another way of encouragement so that students can double up their efforts? Like pasting their names all over the school so that they can know that we really need to do well in order for our name not to be on the category of disqualified.
Yeah, this one is something, but to me, it's not, we are doing it, but it's not somehow supportive to me because, exam is something difficult. We said, but exam also is not the best way of determining students' ability. Also, sometimes a student may be very, very good. You may read her, read everything, but you may even answer the questions the way you think is correct, but the way they are required to be arranged or the marking scheme that is being enlisted is different from how you answer it. At the end, you'll end up being having zero, and people expecting that you will come out with the highest grade, you come out with average. So with that also, or even failing, after if you fail, your name be listed there. Everybody coming to know that this boy is failed, he didn't make it. That one is a big pressure, and it's somehow it's a form of this assassination of character. The students' characters will be assassinated. That everywhere you go, you'll be pointed that this student has failed. I'm even having a colleague that failed, but our class now, even if we are passing, she feel ashamed even to look at us because she think that we are looking at her with that eye. Honestly, now we are having a good relationship, but now even if you are coming to meet, like she feels this way.
Oh, that's very sad.
Yeah.
I think like we really need to work on that to not to be actually determined or gauging the students based on their performance during exam. We should know that there might be another thing that they are good at.
Of course.
We focus on that so that we can help them. So, Buba, do grades affect your confidence sometimes?
Grades?
Nah.
Of course, grades affects my confidence. No matter how capable you are in this Gambia today, you need grades in order for it to present or represent you on behalf of you that this is what you are capable of. So for me to be able to know what I'm able to do in schools, whatever you are to do in this today's world, you need education.
Sahih.
You must be guaranteed education, no matter anything you need to do with your life. So it's the education is now I'm into. So that education, all what is determined from my grade 1 to 12 is my grades. At the end, if I do not have those good grades, I'm determined to be nothing. Even if I know everything right now, but without those grades, I feel like, or people feel like you are nothing. Anyway, you present it, they will look at you as, because they'll judge you as your result.
Yeah.
Your result will talk on behalf of you. So that one also, it sometimes attack my confidence. Yeah.
So how do you overcome this grading issue, Buba? Especially when you happen to fail sometimes. When you were in your junior schools, coming down to grade 11, because right now it cannot be determined since you were in grade 12. But coming from that end to grade 11, grade 10, grade 11, how were you able to overcome this?
Like this grading pressure.
Grading pressure, exactly, especially when you happen to fail a subject. That is inevitable. Sometimes you will fail a subject and you will be very pressured. So how do you overcome that?
No, these failures, I could not remember because since my grade 10s, my good grade is normally 8 credits with passes because my only pressurized subject is maths. I find it difficult to excel in maths. And that one is a worldwide concern today. Students find it so difficult to excel or do well in maths because they feel like maths is like, they just feel like maths do not supposed to be even a student like inculcated into students today. So normally I do not face those challenges that much because I'm somebody that is always constantly within my books or reading or trying to do what I am supposed to do as a student. But this failing, normally the only subject I do fail is maths. But I could remember in my grade 11 second terms, I ended up having 5 credits. Everyone was overwhelming because all the teachers were surprised that the principal and others, they said that they will not give you my result until if I call my parents. Because they said now I'm playing 5 credits is not something encouraging. But 5 credits also should not make you discourage students. Instead, you just need to inculcate or like encourage them to do more. That doesn't mean that what they have doesn't determine who they are at that moment. So what he was saying, I was very much pressurized that day. My brother come that he was saying that this boy is not now serious. Somebody who have 8 credits at above, you are coming to have 5 down. And that was not the case because our school we have a portal system where you after the teacher you mark everything, you send it into the portal. So sometimes the computer will have a system. Somebody who have 60, sometimes you may end up having 95. It's not rare, but sometimes it do happen. Some of the subjects I've credited, they put pass for me there, but I do not have that time to explain it, because if you explain something to people, they just take what they want to hear.
Yeah.
People take what they want to hear instead of what you are trying to explain. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that is very true sometimes. Like when you are that much good and all of a sudden you drop.
Of course.
So the teachers, both teachers and parents, wouldn't want to understand you on that.
course,
The only
yes.
thing that they want to hear from you is for you to say that I will improve.
Yes.
And we definitely should happen. Exactly, you understand.
Yeah.
So Buba, what reaction do you normally have when grades drops? Like for example, when you are informed that all the grades are on the portal. Yeah. How do you react at home?
Like if my grades has dropped.
Yeah, when they drop into your portal.
No, that one, it was just imposed on my grade 11 second term. It's not long, a long system. Before, after just the results are being done, they will just call on a meeting with the PTA and the teachers, like the Parents Teachers Association.
Yeah.
They have a meeting where they give you your results and even select their merit students with prizes sometimes. So sometimes I'm not that much pressure, because after exam students, if you excel well, you'll know if you have done well, or if you know if you do not do well. So normally I know where my standard before even the results are out. So with that, but after, if I at the time I get these 5 credits, that day going home, it's just like I feel like let me just stay at the school, not go ahead out. Because my brother correct the result, I tell him, let's go, you are going to mom now. I really feel that pressure that day.
That you are really present.
Yeah.
Inshallah. So that is it. So we know that school also contribute to exam pressure. You might be surprised. There are talk about schools. Understand? There are schools that we often talk about. How do you feel when you meet with students from those schools that are always on top, on that echelon? They are always there on top. Like for example, school from New Start, St. Peter's, Mansakal. How do you feel when you meet with their students sitting at the same place, and you know very well that you are all going to sit at the same exam?
That was really be a big pressure. You know, in a past, anything you have to do, just have to believe in yourself. Because those things are not, those students, you don't know their ability, because you never sit with them do exams. What you can do is, you have been taught with the same teachers who have been taught from the same tertiary institutions, coming back teaching you at your senior school. So you shouldn't be pressurized that much. You're thinking that these students will perform more than me. Just believe in yourself, the ability, or what you can do. It's not everybody that will have 9 credits. It's not everybody also will have, but have a target. What can I do? And focus on that and try to achieve it, and forget about others. All people cannot have things at one time. Yeah.
So then what coping strategy do you have in order to, during that overwhelming situation that the schools from different schools, I'm sure you might have that kind of camping where you camp with different schools, or students from different schools. How do you cope with the situation at that time? Because sometimes when they are speaking, you say, wow, for me, I'm nowhere. Just a hand.
Yeah, what are you talking about is students? Sometimes if you are students like you are some of these schools, just newly entered senior school, and you meet with students like Mansakoli, Gambia, and others, and they start speaking their fluent English. They are speaking. You think like if you speak, it will be incoherent in between those students. So you'll be very, very pressurized. But sometimes you don't even prefer to talk. You prefer to keep quiet, because you believe like you are incoherent in between. Like your English is not that much good in between those people. But how will you know that you are better than those people if you do not speak? You need to try and speak and convince them. Some students are there, they are good, very, very good in English, but when we come to writing, you are more better than them.
That is true.
Yes.
There are some are
we
good
have
at
some
speaking.
Students that are good in poem others. Is that if we hear them, you will say that these students are the best. But come to letter writing, after if they write a letter for you, the end of 5 is 0. So, and even you who is not like fluent in English speaking, you come on having best. That's why just the other speaking or things wouldn't pressure you that you lose hope or this. Just believe in yourself, as I said, and know what you can do.
Yeah, that is something that is very true. Like Buba said, you should just believe in yourself and know that you can do it. The moment you start looking at yourself with an eye of skepticism, meaning that is the time you started failing. You won't do well, because what happened is that meeting with the student from New Strat, from Gambia High, St. Peter's Mensa College shouldn't make you just lose control of your own self.
Of course.
Understand? You should just keep it up and know that I can do it. Mountains are made to be climbed and challenges are made to be overcome. The challenges that they are trying to overcome, just join the boat and you go with them. If it is going to sink, let it sink with all of you. All of you in that river. But if you just want to do it like it's going to affect you. Buba, aside from the student that you mentioned that when she failed, she couldn't just face you people personally. Do you also have a friend who was affected as a result of academic pressure? Meaning the grades issue. A student or your friend. Have you ever have a friend who was affected as a result of this grading issue?
No, I couldn't remember having that kind of friends because me normally do have least friends because since I was young, normally I'm associated with teachers because all my junior school I do it with one teacher, one principal, that is Master Jaju. I was under him. So all what I have there is other students. Teachers of different various places bring their students that they think they are capable of doing it. We sit together and do this together. Normally we excel well together. So I do not normally have the only friend that I have it was my this last grade level that has that kind of pressurized systems that is really disturbing her right now. But she really need to forget about that. You failing does not determine who will be tomorrow. This is what students are facing tomorrow because they feel like they are being judged or their efforts are being on the balance, hanging on the balance that this is their future is judged. This is what you will be. Your today does not have to determine your tomorrow.
Exactly.
You need to write your definition. Here, that's why students from different or various places in the Gambia right now, we are trying hard to be, or even in the worldwide, trying every day having sleepless nights to try that they are on their feet. People, success is hard. Honestly, to do it is very, very hard. You need to try hard, to work hard, and learn for it, work for it. It's not like some people have this sense of like you can be successful without even going to school or doing other things. But I guarantee you, whatever you need to do in this today world, you need education. Being a soldier, anything, you need education. So you need to learn for it, work for it. So you do not need to allow other things to pressure you that if you fail today, that does not mean that tomorrow you will not make it. A lot of the people that are successful today, they have failed several times,
Exactly.
time to time. Like a good example is Michael Jordan. You know that basketball player.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. He has failed several times. He was even caught of his high school football volleyball game, basketball game. But he said I have failed several times. That's why I succeed today. So you fail in today. For example, these exams that you have just failed. Sometimes people repeat for 3 years.
Yeah,
People have done grade 12 for 6 years.
that is true.
So it does not that you're that single failure. You need to forget about it and just need to understand that I need to give more times to my books and focus on my education. And this one is just a part time. It's not. It's temporary. It's something that is not permanent. And I will see my school in another myself in another level tomorrow.
Yeah, that is true. Well, viewers, you are watching us live on Kuunku TV in our studio in Farato. Here with me is Buba Sonko, the elsewhere head boy of Sifoe Senior Secondary School. And the topic that we're discussing here is the pressure of the grades and mental health in school. We all know that the grading issue has affected many students when it comes to their well-being and even on their mental health. Some think that the only way they can succeed is by having a good grade. Without knowing that, like he said, taking an example of Michael Jordan, who is a basketball player who succeeded. Before he succeeded, he failed several times. So failure should not serve as an obstacle for you to stop trying. You keep trying, you keep on trying, Buba. I think that is the only way that we can judge it.
Yeah, you failing, your failing should not define you, but it should teach you. You failing should not like define you. This is how I am a failure, but your failure should teach you if you are somebody that is smart. Every one step of a mistake that you have should be a encouragement to you. Those mistakes teach you and try, but any mistake you do, it should teach you, but instead of you coming back to it again, it's not a way of like something, as somebody should have different various kind of things or way to solve things. But if you are somebody who have a hammer as a tool, but you will think every problem is solved by nailing it, solving it by nailing it.
Yeah.
You see every problem as a nail because hammer is all what it do is so you need to have different problems solving skills because this mind is wired for a purpose. This brain is actually wired for a purpose.
Exactly, Buba. Yeah. So what changes do you think schools should do? Or what do you think schools should do in order to protect the mental health of students from grading, from the pressure of grades.
So teachers and parents should recognize, as I said before, the effort of students, and teachers also should be taught on these access of these problems of mental health issues in problems. Teachers should recognize the problems of students and counsel and guide them to do better instead of castigating them or even discouraging them. Try to work together with them, work hard, and so that students also give them the supportive environment whereby they see you as somebody whereby if they are not doing it, they come and you support them. Give them the way of supportive, like not to be somebody that is so like somebody that they do not feel like to feel supportive, like they go there, they'll feel this teacher will help me, instead is castigating. But provide a supportive environment for them whereby if they have challenges, they'll go to you and help them.
So meaning that thing that teachers need to have that in them,
They need to
so
have
that they can help students, especially students that are going through this mental health, because some students are there, they good, they can do it, but when it comes to exam, they will become confused. That exam anxiety, it will overpower them, it will overcome them.
Like
So
the way this work is coming right now. If you wait until the last month, honestly, the study will be very, very difficult because of this exam pressure, this overwhelming pressures that have been imposed on you. That why. So even if you open the book, what you will think is the exam is next to you. So even for you to study, even may I feel those difficulties sometimes, but you shouldn't feel that much, because even they have so many people. My teacher was telling me about a friend whereby the friend wasn't serious until the last 3 months of exam. But the friends end of like even sleeping in school, studying together, reading together. Teachers, they ask teachers questions, teachers help him and they work together. If they have any problem, they go and ask questions, solve assignment, type questions. At the end, he come and make it. And today he's in the Gambia University.
you see,
So you been even, it's never late. It's never late for somebody to make it in life.
exactly. But like the exam was one other pressure that we can get from there is this late concentration. Like you wait until exam is
What
just
is a last minute deal?
LMD.
Yes.
LMD doesn't work for everybody. LMD, sometimes it works for others because others are comfortable
it's
with it.
because like the way students study is different. Some just study, but study also requires skills. You need to study smartly rather than even studying hard sometimes. When it's come to that LMD, you need to study smart. Just take some subjects that you know that you cannot escape away from, or things that you know that if you do this, they must be able to come in exam. That is like a way of studying smartly. Because it's not the whole book that you read, it's not it's everything that work is going to impose questions in you. They just target some areas you have been questioned.
Yeah, I think that is really, really important. And we are really calling on the schools to try to inculcate that in their students, to know that they can actually make it without the intelligence being measured by the grades. You understand? So, Buba, since we are in the program and the program is townbound, so what advice would you give parents about handling their children's grades? What advice?
Yeah, today's parents, like the thing is going overwhelmed because today we are living in a advanced world whereby every kid is being sent to school. Like before, parents do not care. Well, after you just go there, they know that you are not excelling well. They just drop you out of school, take you to the dara. But today is the dara school is something completely no. Even the school have more even students right now than the dara. I'm sorry to say that, but it's how I see it right now, because we are living in a world whereby if you are not educated, it will be very, very difficult to you to be updated with the world of today, especially these school things. But parents should understand and recognize the efforts of their children. If they send their children at school, they excel or they do not do well, they just need to give them time, because there's a human being that is stupid. It's just the way we think, or this the way it depends on how we do things. So after your students have went there and have 0 degrees, sometimes students, we have good parents whereby they are every day monitoring the work of their children. They go even to the school and try to know what their parents are, what their students are doing at school. Some students will just go to school, or they will just be having some. I was a head boy, so some students were having a place we call grade 13. Some students will never come to school, just come and sit there. But you as a parent, you are sitting there every day. You are saying that your child is going to school. You never know the child has never reached the school. So what you should do is you try to monitor and check on what your child is doing first. You have seen your child in school, but your child is idling inside the village. If the child is in school, how possible is that child going to exert well? How will you be able to answer something that you do not even know about or even read about? So parents should go and know what their children is into, or try to identify the problems their children are going through and counsel and guide them to ensure that make them feel like we are here for you. We are here to support you for any challenges you are having. We put you into school and we are ready to take you until at the end of this course.
Yeah, that is really true. I think grade 13 happens everywhere. In every school you go to, you might find grade 13 there, even though they might not necessarily name it grade 13. Because some students are there, they don't want to come to school, but they will just put on their uniform, take their bags, put on their shoes. They just go to grade 13 where they will be sitting there playing with their colleagues. That is something that's supposed not to be. As a concerned parents, you should always be ready to go and check on your student at school or your children or your child at school. You should always be ready for that. Yeah. So, Omar, Buba, what will you say to the students of Sifoe right now?
Those are the students of my beloved students of Sifoe Senior Secondary School. Ones are very, very influential students. Like the school is recognized to be a good image because of these students. Because if you see that a school is recognized to be among the top 5 schools in the Gambia, it's not because it's both because of the teachers and the students. The teachers can be good, but without the effort of the students, teachers will not be recognized. So if you see the name of Sifoe is where it is today, it's because of the students of Sifoe Upper and Senior Secondary School. So all what I can say to them is thank you so much to the counsel and guidance they give me in the course of me on my headboyship tenure. They give me like a teaching system whereby I know what should be done or what shouldn't be done, and the good influence they have impact in me. Pray that I'm able to sit here and speak a fluent English.
So I think we really need to thank Sifoe for that. Sifoe Senior Secondary School, they are really doing well because having their student here sitting right before a camera, speaking like this, that I think that is really a move in right direction. So we can safely say that Sifoe is a good school,
of course,
and you can send your children to Sifoe Senior Secondary School. Don't just say that Sifoe is not a good school. It is a good one. Yeah, I think you that one is manifested in Buba here. Yeah, so viewers, thank you so very much. This brings us to the end of our program, and don't be surprised. We can bring in another student from Sifoe where Buba will be sitting. That student will be sitting. We can discuss a whole lot of things. And thank you so very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much too.
Yeah.